everyone, it's Coach K here. So I'm going to go do a quick overview of what's been going on in the market. It's been quite an exciting last 24 hours for sure. If you've been following me, guys, do click on the link below to add yourself to the Athena project group or channel so you can keep up with all the information going on in the crypto industry. Do click on the link to check out the Athena Trading Bot. It is a really cool piece of technology that we developed over a year and a half. If you haven't followed me for now, just go check it out. There'll be links at the bottom of here, and also leave some of the links for the articles that I'll be talking about as well in the bottom below. Also, if you want to do a favor, click on that subscribe button and the bell so you can make sure you keep up with everything that comes out. So first thing I want to start off with is what's gone on in crypto that's pretty interesting. The first thing, as you may all know, was CZ kind of had a feud with Craig Wright. I mean, you guys all know I don't really like Craig Wright. He's kind of an asshole. Let's just put it straight up as it is. That's no cut and dry. That's what he is. So what's interesting is he goes after Hodl. Hodl deletes his account. Craig Wright comes in and says, give me this person, I'll pay a bounty. The crypto community gets even more angry at Craig Wright. Then Peter McCormick, who called the Craig Wright a scammer, basically a fraud, gets a letter from, well, the lawyers of Mr. Craig Wright saying that he's the Satoshi, etc., etc. CZ starts going on a little bit of a rant yesterday and says, masterpiece, you have my support, because Peter McCormick hilariously wrote back a really funny response. I could go into it, but it's going to take too long. So basically he tells Craig Wright that, yes, I will not say that you are the real Satoshi. I will not say that you aren't a fraud. It's quite interesting. If you guys click on the links down here, or just go check out CZ Binance and scroll down, you'll find it. So the next thing CZ says is the real Satoshi can digitally sign any message to prove it, and this is as simple as breathing for him or her, and we have the public key. Until then, everyone is Satoshi. I am Negan, except for Craig Wright. Then, lastly, anyone who supports BSV from a tech perspective should be attacking the fraudulent Craig Wright, who is poisoning your community, and not attack the rest of the world. Anyone thinking Craig Wright is Satoshi should read about how a public key works, i.e. learn about crypto. So, as you may know, a little bit later in the day, CZ comes on and posts this. Do the right thing. Binance going to delist SV. But it didn't stop there, guys. Eric Foers from Shapeshift says, not very long after, in response to this tweet, I think it was like 3 hours later, we stand with Binance and CZ sentiments. We decided to delist BitcoinSV from Shapeshift within 48 hours. But it didn't stop there. Kraken comes on and says, should Kraken delist BitcoinSV? 72% of people said yes, it's toxic. 4% said no, need price discovery, and 3% no, it's awesome. 21% they don't care. So pretty much like 90% of people, like 70% of people are like, yes, they want it gone. Most people don't give a crap about it. So as Snoop Dogg and Diddy Carter saying over here, oh, for show. So we see all that. We also see McCormick posting on here, and it was really funny that CZ comes on and gives him full support. And if you go further into this exchange with Peter McCormick, it's actually really funny. He's like, can you give me help with the funding? And CZ's like, yeah. And he's like, will you buy me a new 911 turbo? And CZ's like, yeah, good one. So there's a lot of good little funny things that happened in the industry. Now, this is something that's really interesting. It's been obviously something talked about for a few days. Julian Assange getting arrested for the WikiLeaks and the US election. So some people think, he's going to end up dead. Clinton Foundation are going to kill him. And I kind of share similar sentiments with them, as to be completely honest, because it could happen. Another thing that could happen, which people aren't focusing on, is maybe, and just maybe, Trump is trying to use Assange check this one out. Use Assange to basically prove the Clinton Foundation is fraudulent and take down all the people that are, you know, the demis that he has a big problem with, or more, that those people have a problem with him. I find that really interesting, and so it's not crypto related, but it is, because why I'm talking about this is censorship. This is stopping someone from letting them do what is right. You know, you're arresting someone for leaking information that, yes, apparently it got some people killed, which is really unfortunate, but leaking the truth. Leaking the truth. And maybe it was Snowden that got people killed. I can't remember exactly, because through him that happened. But the whole point is that he told the truth. He exposed the truth. And anyone in crypto knows that this is being transparent and stopping all the lies and the BS in the world. So yes, there are good and bad things about this. Mostly like 99% bad. But there could be something good that could, and I say could, potentially come out of that, right? So just giving you guys some new perspective on that. Now, this is really odd. Consensus is looking to raise $200 million. Now, I bet you guys did not know that they generated $21 million in revenue in 2018. So they're pretty much looking for 10 times that. That's quite a bit. Now, they're looking to project to make $50 million in revenue in 2019 from their services, businesses, etc. Now, this news comes after a December 18th report. A Consensus will be laying off 50 to 60% of its employees. And around that time, Consensus owner Joseph Lubnin also announced that firm plans completely restructured business. So this is kind of a really odd thing, but now they're going from Consensus 1.0 to Consensus 2.0. It's just something to keep your mind on and watch for and keep your eyes on the prize. Another thing that was really interesting that caught my eye yesterday was the 9 out of 10 endowment funds have made crypto-related investments in this study, and 94% of endowment funds have stated that they are actually quite interested in cryptocurrencies. Now, does that mean anything? Could, yes. Could it not? Yes. We won't really know, and that's something that could be quite interesting to find in the future. So keep your eyes on the prize, as I like to say, right? Now, what I find also interesting, I'm going to get onto that as well, is we see that when you see all these endowment funds investing such high amounts of investment into this field, and you hear people saying all this negative stuff about crypto, and now you start seeing all this positive stuff about crypto and positive sentiment about crypto, I start to get a little worried. I told people, like, when it got to like 5,000, start kind of like hedging and stuff. It's not financial advice, but just that's something you start doing when CNBC starts talking about how it's time to buy Bitcoin. You guys have to be really smart about that, okay? I've been around long enough to know to listen with my ears. Not listen with my ears, listen with my eyes. Now, the reason I say it like that is because people will fill you with lots of stuff, and the more you listen to it, the more you start to believe it. It's the same thing as marketers do. They keep showing you stuff in front of your face, in front of your face, in front of your face, and then all of a sudden you think it's great. You're like, oh, that project's awesome, because you don't really know, because you've been seeing it so much, you think it starts being really good. And these are the things that most people don't really, it becomes like a subconscious thing, right? Subliminal almost. So be careful when you're investing in cryptocurrencies, because you can get wrecked. It's not a guaranteed way to make money and get rich quick. Hey, I hate to have to say that this year, but it happens. Now, here's some really bullish news. France adopted a new cryptocurrency regulation. So they've actually adopted a financial sector bill that establishes an actual legal framework for crypto service providers in ICOs. So I know in Thailand, where I live, we have something similar to that, but it's not really at this level, I don't think, yet. But they have the ICO portal in Thailand, and they have this, they've been adapting this law so that, you know, they can actually do cryptocurrency related payments, ICOs, all these types of assets, providing within their own government with AML and overview, which is really cool. The bill was launched on October 23rd, presented to the council and the ministers on June 18th, but it took quite a while for this to actually get, you know, optimized and pushed in. Now, They have optional licensing for crypto service providers that they've added in. Whether or not they choose to obtain the optional license, service providers who wish to provide digital asset custody solutions to third parties or purchase, sell digital assets in exchange for legal tender are subject to mandatory registration with the AMF. So they're actually going to overview it. They have a legal framework for ICOs that they're going to do. So raising funds without AMF approval will continue to be legal in France. However, issuers who have not received the approval of the AMF will not be able to solicit to the general public. So if you want to make an ad campaign, you can't unless you've got approval from the AMF. So if you're like a private fund or private equity, you can do it. But if you're not, you might have a problem. If you do private seed rounds, it might be okay. So these are things, you can't just advertise them, okay? So funds can invest in cryptocurrencies, certain ones. And this is where we heard about the insurance industry being able to invest in cryptocurrencies just yesterday. This is very bullish news, guys. And it's something that you should also pay attention to because it's something that I've been starting to pay attention to. So let's just have a quick look at where Bitcoin is right now. And some people are saying like, hey man, can you overview it again? Sure, no problem. Here's where I see we're us at right now. We had a nice little dip. Let me just make this a little bigger for everyone to see. We had a nice little dip, which was kind of expected with SV News. It kind of scared some people, I'm sure. But again, we're still following the path that I expected to follow. So we're still in an uptrend. We haven't broken that really. I mean, it depends on how you draw your trend lines, but I feel like we're, you know, as we can see, we're still in a, we're not in a, you know, we're in a trending market still. We're moving up. We're just kind of moving up and then we're moving down. It almost looks sideways if you look at it from this angle here, and that's fine as well. But we do see. Where's my box? I can't find my box. Anyways, we do see, let me just draw it right here, that we're kind of in this box formation. We haven't really moved much since the 11th of April. We've been up and down between, you know, 51.50 and 49.50 range, all the way down to 48.50 for a quick touch down there. So what does this mean for crypto or Bitcoin? Really right now, I think it's trying to figure itself out. I think we're trying to figure out where we're going. I do believe we're probably going to move up and then we're going to move down. I mean, it sounds really basic, but I do believe once we hit this 5,400 resistance that we will come back down again and touch. So we could have something like this happen where we come back down and touch. We come back over here, we'll probably touch again, and then maybe we'll break out. But we also could have the you know, the side where we touch it too many times and we move back down to this range here. Or if I scroll down, we could even come down to this the 4,500 psychological support as well. There really is no real support there unless you really scroll out far, all the way to here. And again, there's a little support there. You can see it right here. It's touched 5 or 6 times, but it's not very, very strong. Not like over here at 49.50 where you've seen it touch it several times. In the recent, you know, in the current market right now, you can see it a couple times there as well, but not super strong support. But I believe that we're actually moving up still. We're not going to move down yet. I'm just going to delete these guys right here and stick to my original assessment that we're probably going to move back up. And again, it might take a little bit longer. That's okay. In terms of Ethereum, that's another interesting one to look at. I'm just going to pull this out here. So we have Ethereum right here. It's really gone to like a head and shoulders, kind of, not exactly, but it looks very much like one where there's maybe the shoulder up here, the head here, another shoulder. We could come down. But if we actually zoom out a bit, I did think this will still be in play. We're just taking a little longer. That we could move up and then we could move down again. So it does look like a head and shoulders though. Like here we can see, if I just delete these guys right here. So here we can see, if we zoom right in, that we have left shoulder, but the left shoulder is actually lower than the right one. So if you guys know TA, the left shoulder should be higher, so it's probably invalidated. But we're hugging the 20 EMA right here, and it's kind of like we may come back down to, you know, 136. We may hold this support right here at 157, but yeah, ETH doesn't look like it's in a really good position at this point. NAS is one of my favorites that I've been talking about for quite some time. If you go look at this line down here, I've been pretty much calling for it since there to move down and come back up, which is done nicely. And now it kind of looks like a cup and handle the way it looks right here, where you have like this nice cup right here, a handle, and it might move up. And we just had Binance. If you guys have missed it, Binance did just have trading competition. If you have 1,000 NAS, if you have 1,000 NAS in your Bitcoin wallet or your crypto wallet on Binance, you on, I think it's April 24th at midnight, they're going to do a snapshot and they're going to enter you into a draw to win 20,000 NAS, or they're going to distribute NAS to a bunch of the people. And if I mean, this, what usually happens when they do something like that, as well as a trading competition that's going on, it usually pumps the price. I'm not giving financial advice here. It's just something that usually happens, and it's something that I've noticed. People saw this today, and it pumped up almost 20% in an hour. So that's going to happen when people know if I buy and hold it, I can actually win some extra crypto. This is also something to keep in mind. Now the market's kind of shaky. My IOTX cup and handle prediction has been quite on the ball. If you guys look at this here, I've been telling people for a couple weeks now, look at IOTX, it's going to go eventually. So we entered around 265 and currently we're sitting at 311. So we're doing quite well on that trade so far here. If you guys want to join us, go to athenaproject.trade and /bot, and you can come and join us on the journey. You'll see the link at the bottom there as well. So we're up to 18% in not very many days, couple days, we're up 18%. And I do believe that we're going to follow this pattern all the way up there. And we did see this cup and handle formation over here as well happen. And that was a very, very nice cup. There was the handle, and then we went up about 80% there. We could easily go from the bottom of the handle up another 80% here. So really cool stuff that could be coming. And remember, with a cup and handle, guys, when you have one, the cup usually will go as high as the bottom of the cup. So if we went down, let's say 40%, if we went down 40% in Satoshi value, we should go up in 40% in Satoshi value from the very bottom. So it will actually like turn it into a moon, a full moon. That's what you should see when you have a cup and handle play out right. So that's pretty much it for today. It's a nice long video. Hope you guys had it, enjoyed it. Click on that subscribe and like button. Smash on that like button. Do me a favor and go and click on the bell so you don't miss the other videos that are coming out. I will start doing some more live feeds, so guys, do join me on Facebook or on YouTube so you can join in on the chat and ask some questions about what's going on in the market. But I will see you soon. It's Coach K signing out. Have yourselves a great day, and I will see you soon. Check out Athena Trading Bot. It's at athenaproject.trade/bot. Go and you can also look at the video as well attached to this, which is there as well. And I'll leave you guys. Have a great day. See you guys ever. Bye-bye.